Kaylee, how are you today? Good. So my name is Laci Keel, and I'm going to be your occupational therapy assistant today, and we're going to be working on finger range of motion. Is that okay? Okay, good. So if you'll put your hand up here for me. And so the first thing we're going to do is finger MCP flexion. And so how you're going to do is you're going to have your hand like this, you're going to make a fist for me, okay? Awesome. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the fulcrum on the MCP joint. The proximal arm will be alongside the metacarpal, and the distal will be alongside the proximal phalanx. The norm is 0 to 90, and she got 0 to 65. The muscles that I will do are the lumbricals and the flexor digitorum profundus and superficialis. And so the next thing I'm going to do is finger MCP abduction, which is going to be where you get your finger and you go this way. Okay? And so how we're going to do this, you make sure you're lined up on 0. The fulcrum will be on the MCP joint. The proximal arm will be alongside the metacarpals. The distal arm will be alongside the proximal phalanx. I will stabilize the metacarpals, and if you will make that motion for me. The norm is 0 to 20, and I got 0 to 15 for Kaylee. The muscles that I will palpate for this are the abductor digiti minimi and the dorsal interossei. And so the next one I will do is the PIP flexion, which is going to be like this. So make sure the tips of your fingers are touching the, yep, okay. And so how I will do this is I will put the fulcrum on the PIP joint. The proximal arm will be alongside the proximal phalanx. I almost said thorax. Phalanx. The distal arm will be alongside the middle phalanx. The norm for this is 0 to 100, and Kaylee got 0 to 98. And so the muscles that I will palpate for this is the flexor digitorum profundus and superficialis. And so the next one that I will do is the PIP flexion, which will be this joint right here. And so if you will do like this for me, don't make them touch, but just come up as far as you can there. Okay. And so with all of this, I have stabilized the metacarpals except for this one. And this one I will do the proximal and the middle phalanx. And so the fulcrum will go on the DIP joint. The proximal arm will go alongside the middle phalanx. The distal arm will go alongside the distal phalanx. The norm is 0 to 50, and Kaylee got 0 to 52, and it's 0 to 90. Kaylee got 0 to 52, and the muscles that I will palpate are the flexor digitum profundus. Okay, and so the next one that I will do, you will lay your hand like this, palm facing up. Your thumb will go along and touch this side of your hand. Okay. And so okay, go ahead and do that for me. The fulcrum will go on the MCP joint of the thumb. The proximal arm will go alongside the metacarpals. The distal arm will go alongside the proximal phalanx. I will stabilize the metacarpals. The norm is 0 to 50, and she got 0 to 51. The muscles that I will palpate for this is the flexor I don't remember. So there you go.